Hello guys, and welcome. It is ThatSrb2DUDE here today, bringing you yet another Splatoon 2 video, because Nintendo decided to drop some more brand new weapons coming into Splatoon 2 in future updates. Now, the first weapon is a new slosher type weapon known as the Bloblobber. Try saying that 100 times really fast. Really interesting weapon. It seems like it is somewhat like a bathtub type weapon. Now, I just gotta say before, I have seen some leaked footage of this particular slosher before, and they've completely redone it. Last time before, it used to be bubbles that just lasted forever that would just spread absolutely everywhere, which seemed really OP, but now the weapon has changed very much so. It seems like a fairly slow slosher, maybe slower than the regular slosher, but faster than the Explosher right now, that can also throw 4 projectiles towards a target. Now, if it's a thing where you hit all 4 projectiles towards a target, it will be a kill confirmed. Unfortunately, in this video clip that Splatoon Japan has showed us, it doesn't show the amount of damage that this weapon actually does. All we know is that it's a 4-shot kill weapon and can obtain that in 1 slosh. It's kind of like the mix between a H3 nozzle nose and a slosher, except the projectiles move much slower in the air and they can also bounce on the floor, and the way it travels is also really interesting. It only inks the ground if the bubbles are bouncing across the floor. If you see in this part of the clip right here, you can see there's like a gap where there has been no ink painted, and it's just because that the bubbles haven't skipped onto that part. So it looks like this weapon has a lot of really interesting mechanics going for it. Personally, I think it's going to be a really good slosher in terms of painting. And right now, I'm just wondering how it's going to play. I think it's going to do really well in maps that are somewhat narrow, so maybe Port Mackerel for reference. If you didn't notice, if he throws bubbles towards a wall, they also bounce off the wall, so it's kind of reminiscent to how curling bombs work in a way, except it doesn't go on for as long as curling bombs would. But even then still, I think there's a lot of things going for the Bloblobber. Now, for the next weapon, and it's a Splatling weapon that's actually not named Splatling. It's called the Nautilus 47. Now, basically how this Splatling works is very much reminiscent to how the GooTuber works. Basically, you are able to hold a charge, bring the charge somewhere else, and then release your Splatling's charge towards an enemy. Now, it's really cool to see that this type of weapon has taken on the approach of like how the GooTuber works currently. The first few things I kind of want to mention is that this weapon has maybe the same range as the heavy Splatling, but fear not, the weapon's charge depletes very quickly. So I'm guessing that's gonna be somewhat of a deserved thing considering the mechanic that you can possess with it. I also noticed that it also has one of the ballpoint Splatlings mechanics where you can also recharge your Splatling on the go. So generally just another really nice mechanic to have. And also looking at the killing power, it seems like this weapon is also going to be a 4-shot kill. The thing, unfortunately, that we don't get to see in this clip with the Nautilus 47 is that we don't get to see the mobility of how the Splatling moves. Now, kind of looking at, I guess, the other statistics with the weapon, I'm not too sure if that's going to be as important, considering that when you're firing with the Splatling itself, the charge depletes so quickly. So just recognizing that, the shooting mobility is probably not going to be too much of an issue. I mean, hopefully looking at the weapon, I think it's going to be fairly fast, maybe as fast as the mini Splatling. Hopefully, maybe slower probably, but I can only have my fingers crossed for that, because if it's a slower Splatling, I'm not too sure if it's going to see much play. But if it's fast, then the main weapon probably has a lot of good potential. Now, if you thought that was it, you're very wrong, because we also have a returning map from Splatoon 1 coming back into Splatoon 2, and that is none other than Anchovy Games. Now, we really have a few pictures of it. We can only see, I guess, the spawn area. I'm pretty sure the middle area has a few changes from it as well. But if you guys don't remember from Splatoon 1, Anchovy Games was the map with the, I guess, the fans that can be raised up, that can also raise platforms up and down and stuff like that. That map is going to be returning. Not really too much to say about it. Personally, I really like the map, so honestly looking forward to see what this map has to bring again. Other than that, these are the new weapons and map that are also going to come out soon. I'm really looking forward to the new slosher of all things. Kind of looks like a speedboat, to be honest, if you, I guess, look at these pictures right here. But obviously, it's a bathtub, just so don't get me wrong on that. But looking forward to that coming out. I wonder how the new Splatling's gonna work. It's gonna be something that we just gotta, I guess, requires a little bit of testing to see how things go. But when these weapons release, it's probably gonna be in August, probably, like when, I guess, the rank rotations reset again. Maybe Nintendo will release these weapons, so who knows? All I can say is that I am looking forward to these coming out, and that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, both in the description below. Do it for both if you're feeling generous. As always, guys, this has been ThatSrb2DUDE, and I shall see you guys in a future video.